que se envuelven en lágrimas, junto al miedo de volverme a enamorar. Mi voz había perdido hasta el sentido al hablar, y con solo escucharte y con solo mirarte, el amor vuelve a empezar. Eres luz que puede tocar este corazón, no hay nadie más que tú, y enciendes estrellas en mi interior. Yo iré a donde vayas tú, y es que nadie más me mira como tú, solo tú. Eres tú, solo tú.
Were you looking for someone? I said, were you looking for someone? Can I help you?
Yeah, I wanted to see the lady of the house. Well, yesterday she forgot to hand over her laundry, so that's why I came over to pick it up. I'm here on behalf of Candelaria.
Oh, here's Balbina. I suggest you talk to her. Excuse me.
So you're here to pick up the laundry today for Candelaria?
Yes, Balbina.
Just wait right here while I go get them.
Here, ducky ducky.
Voz había perdido hasta el sentido al hablar, y con solo escucharte y con solo mirarte, el amor vuelve a empezar. Eres luz que puede tocar este corazón, no hay nadie más que tú.
Juan Miguel spent the entire evening chatting away with Judge Velarde. For a change, he was polite to strangers, but as a husband, he's still such a bore.
Look, you chose him, Viviana.
Yeah, from the moment I met him, I fell in love with him, and I still find him attractive. He's handsome, still very interesting, but as a husband, he's so cold.
Are you trying to tell me that you regret being married to that man?
Yes, I really do, Mother.
Well, you're still young, my dear, and very pretty. So you still have time to change your mind.
I want to try living a new life. It's just too bad I'm stuck with a kid. If I could, I'd choose a life that's more exciting, more fast-paced and full of adventures. Maybe a new love. I feel like I'm drying up in here.
I knew that when you arrived last night. Juan Miguel was at the library the whole evening,
Right.
when he should be lying next to you in bed.
He says he likes to be alone with his thoughts.
Do you suspect that's all it is?
Well, Mother, I suspect he never even loved me at all. That there's someone in his life who had left a mark on him, who made him incapable of feeling any passion for anyone else.
You mean there's another woman?
I can sense it too. There's someone else. But I still have no idea who that woman could have been.
think so. I better not. Oh, I can't leave the Virgin Mary without her flowers today. Oh, okay, fine. Snap out of it, Marichuy. Let's do this. Yeah. Go pick some flowers, and if Casilda comes out, then make a dash for it. Go for it. I'm gonna take this one. Good grief. The Wicked Witch is out.
So what time can we meet, Judge Velarde?
Well, things might be too hectic in the morning, but we can meet in the afternoon if you wish.
Well, if it were up to me, I'd say right now.
And where would you like us to meet?
If you prefer, I can come see you at your office.
Do you know where it is?
Yes, of course, sir.
What do you say we, meet at 4 o'clock?
Perfect, sir. At 4 o'clock then. I'll be there without fail. Thank you.
You precious, beautiful darlings. Oh, what a lovely bud you are. You'll just look wonderful when you finally bloom. Oh, you all look so lovely.
Yes, you are extremely lovely. That's why I'm taking you with me. I'm here, Virgin Mary. You thought I'd come without your rose today, huh? Well, here it is.
Maria de Jesus,
Oh, Father, it's you. Oh, gosh. You know, you almost gave me a heart attack.
what's with a rose?
Yeah, it's my offering to her.
And where did you get it?
Well, it's from the garden of Mrs. Casilda. Oh,
Doesn't it shame you to say that right now?
well, no, because it would be really shameful if I lied to you, Father, right?
Did Casilda give you permission to take it?
No, of course not, Father. When she caught me yesterday, she made such a fuss. Earlier, she didn't catch me. I outsmarted her, and because I did, just look at how pretty my offering is.
I want you to take that rose back to Casilda right
Oh,
now.
Father, please don't tell me to do that.
I want you to apologize for taking it without her permission, and to promise her that you'll never do that again.
Tell me, is it better to offer these roses in a vase for the Virgin Mary? Or just to let them wilt in front of Mrs. Casilda's house, huh? Come on, tell me.
The Blessed Virgin wouldn't want stolen roses.
Stolen? So you're saying I stole them?
Yes, that's right. Taking something that's not yours is stealing.
Okay, just explain this to me. Why are the roses owned by Mrs. Casilda?
Well, because she is the owner of the rose bushes.
That's not true, Father.
Maria de Jesus, listen to me.
I mean, God owns them, right? You taught me that when I was a kid. God created all of us, right? The skies, the air, all the people around us, all the birds and the flowers. Well, Father, isn't that right?
Well,
Tell
yes,
me.
that is correct, but,
So God owns everything here, doesn't he, Father?
Wait, Maria de Jesus, please. Let me explain this. Even if God created the world, there are other things that have to be considered, like commerce, private property, and money. Casilda bought the rose bushes with her money. And you took those roses from her house. And that's a wrong thing to do, so don't do it again. Casilda told me she'd report you to the police, and I've no doubt she will.
That selfish old witch. Gosh. Sheesh.
Judge Velarde already agreed to meet with me at his office at 4 o'clock.
And what's the meeting about?
Well, the intention is that both Judge Velarde and I would act together as advisors or as counselors for minors who've been accused of a crime, and from there, you know, find the best way to help them out.
What, you two are gonna be some sort of redeemers?
I wish. It's just that I'm worried about the youth nowadays. Their rebelliousness, the way they harm others and themselves. When I think about my kid Mayita and my sister Rocio, they,
Is it yours?
No, I think it's your phone.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's yours, Eduardo.
Hello?
I love you very much, Maria de Jesus. It's the person that we love the most who can cause us to suffer.
I don't want you to suffer because of me, Father Anselmo. You don't deserve it because you've been so kind to me since I was a little girl. You know very well that I've never even had a mother or father to take care of me. I was just one of those unwanted kids who grew up in the orphanage. Poor and all alone.
I already told you you are not an orphan, Maria de Jesus.
Yes, you did, Father. But do you even know who my mother was? What was her name?
Well, I don't remember what her name was, Maria de Jesus. She never told me who she was.
But did you see her? And you met her just once.
Yes, I did, Maria de Jesus. I did get to meet her.
What was my mother like?
I'm going to the orphanage.
Again, my dear? 3 days ago, you were just there.
I need to give an amount. The nuns have a hard time providing for the children's needs.
And how much will you need?
Any amount you wish to give that might help cover some of their expenses. It would help solve some of their difficulties.
Do you think this will be enough?
Yes, Patricio. Thank you, love.
Well, I don't mind donating to the needy once we can afford it, my dear. But you seem to spend a lot more time with charity work. You used to do it once a month, then every 15 days, then every 2 weeks. Now you're doing it twice a week. You're spending more time away from me.
Are you getting jealous?
No, I suppose I am.
That's ridiculous. Oh, I love you.
Come on, Eduardo. I had to be with my father.
Yes, I know, love, but you should have told me in advance.
It was a last-minute thing, and I told you it was unavoidable.
I wanted to be with you.
You don't understand me at all.
Of course I understand you. I'm sorry.
Fine. So you still want to see me?
Yes, of course I want to see you. I spent the whole evening thinking of you. I missed you.
Yeah, I missed you too. Pick me up at the usual place later at 6, all right?
All right, baby.
I'll see you then. I'm going back to sleep now.
Goodbye, my love. What? What's so funny? Had they kiss on the phone? I do that all the time.
No, I wasn't making fun of you, buddy. On the contrary, I even envy you. Calling her my love, the kisses, the dates. It must feel wonderful to be in love, huh?
Aren't you in love? Haven't you ever felt that way?
I suppose. I have once. But time has changed a lot of things that I can't seem to remember anymore.
I'd love to go on a trip, Mother, but I don't know how to convince Juan Miguel.
Well, you can always ask him,
He's
love.
just gonna say no.
You shouldn't give up without asking him first, Viviana.
He's just gonna tell me to bring Mayita along, or to take you along, or go solo.
Tell him. Impose yourself. You should be accompanied by your husband.
If I insisted, we'd have problems again.
Tell him he has to. Just fight for what you want.
It's just useless to pick a fight with that man. But you're right, Mother. I won't give up just yet. I still have another battle to win over whoever is trying to steal him away. I'm going to find a way for him to take me on a trip, and for some time I could pull him away from his horrible classes at that hideous university. Away from those mad folks. And from that woman, whoever she is.
My child, I already told you 1,000 times that your mother was a sweet and self-sacrificing woman who had kept her faith in God despite her sufferings.
But she abandoned me, so she's worse than a dog.
No, don't judge her. The poor dear. She was alone back then. She was sick and so afraid for you.
She left me at the orphanage, Father.
No, Maria de Jesus. Your mother entrusted you to me because she had no strength to go on living anymore. She was dying and she thought that she wasn't going to be saved. So she asked me to look after you instead. After that, I had to take you to the nuns, since they take better care of you than I ever could.
But she didn't die then, right?
No, she didn't die. But when I went to the hospital, I was told that she had left.
That's right, alone. Without me.
Well, it's that resentment that you're keeping inside you that's making you rebellious, Maria de Jesus.
Because I was neglected like I didn't have any parents. My only surname is the letter N. I grew up in an orphanage. In a charity orphanage. We only had one meal a day. A roof. And a folding bed to sleep on. We had no endearments. No sweet, loving cuddles.
That sounds like you're being ungrateful to those nuns who took care of you so willingly.
But I am not complaining about the nuns, Father. They were under no obligation to look after me. I'm just upset about how a mother could leave her child behind. That's what I'm complaining about. Her.
Why have I stayed in love with you? In spite of all these years. So what's your secret to maintain that?
Oh, I can only think of one thing. Our love.
It sounds quite simple, doesn't it? However, it's not easy to stay in love with each other like we are, after being married for years and years with the same intensity as our first days. You have achieved that, Cecilia. That's why I'm grateful to you.
I'm the one who should thank you, dear, for making me so happy.
We've both been happy together. If it were only possible to make our happiness more complete, it would be nice if we had a child.
A child. If you only knew that we had a daughter, Patricia.
The food was just enough for us not to go to bed hungry. And that wasn't the fault of the nuns either. There were so many of us. Imagine all those neglected children living there, without families, without homes or parents, without toys, candies, or anything of our own. Because of that, one day I decided to sneak out of the orphanage. I searched for someone, anyone I could call my own. Someone who could love me, Father. Someone I could love in return.
Well, you found her. That someone you found was Candelaria.
But before I finally found her, I had no choice but to live out on the streets. I felt like a piece of trash. It's been kicked around from one side to another. I went through a lot of things during that journey. A lot of things that I will never forget.
You shouldn't have run away. At the orphanage, you at least had protection, security, and I was always there for you, child.
I know that, Father, and I'm really grateful. But I wanted a home to live in, to have parents, to have my mother back. Father, you just said so yourself today that my mother left the hospital one day, and that she didn't die at all. Do you know where she is, Father? Do you know where I can find my mother? So where am I going to find her, Father?
You're very punctual, Mr. Sunderland.
Well, that's the way it should be, don't you agree, sir?
But of course. Here, sit down.
Thank you.
Well, I've been giving a lot of thought to the issue that you proposed on helping out our misguided youth.
And what will your decision on that be, sir?
Where can I find my mother?
I don't know, child. I don't have the slightest idea. Come now, Maria de Jesus. Please try to understand what I've always been telling you. Your poor mother was dying and she didn't want to leave you behind, but she had to make a hard choice.
All she wanted was to get rid of me. My mother left me on my own.
She wanted you to be safe, that was all, Maria de Jesus. Your poor mother was on her deathbed, and she wanted you to be all right.
No. No, Father. I was abandoned, and I'll never forgive her for that. Never.
I'm glad there are still people like you around, Mrs. Velarde. Your donation is going to be a big help to these children here.
You can't imagine how I feel about helping these poor kids.
Oh, I know
Mother
that,
Camilla.
ma'am.
Hello
Bless
there,
you, my
sweetheart. Tell me, how are you today? I'm fine. Oh, my sweet little girl.
I'm never gonna forgive my mother.
My sweet little girl.
If I ever meet her someday, I'm going to tell her how much I hate her.
I hope someday I could hold you in my arms again.
I'll tell her I loathe her with all my heart.
I'll never stop asking for your forgiveness.
You see how I can control you? And if I wanted to,
If you wanted to what? What do you plan to do? Are you planning